My name's Mike Rowe, and this is my job. Yeah. I explore the country looking for people who aren't afraid to get dirty.
If we don't do this right, the candy won't taste as bad as it could. Tell me you're not proud of that. Oh, geez.
Hard-working men and women who earn an honest living.
You like this too much. I'm a child.
Doing the kinds of jobs that make civilized life possible for the rest of us.
Man, this could go wrong in like 100 different ways, couldn't it?
It could, very quickly.
Now get ready. Ooh, to get dirty. Coming up on Dirty Jobs. Never before seen footage of me taking aim at the job of sharpshooting.
I think you killed yourself there.
I was dead when I showed up.
And later,
And I could actually make that. Look at that.
my version of the dating game,
We got big dates, little dates, mostly the female dates.
where I help a couple of amorous date palms make whoopee.
Oh, yeah, I'm a pollinating fool.
Later, a crazy little job that ranks right at the bottom of my bucket list.
Oh, God. In my spare time, I like to hang out in some of America's finest B&Bs, baking pies and reading fan mail from adoring and dedicated viewers. This one arrived mere hours ago. It says, "Dear Mike, I have never once watched your show on purpose. Not once. No offense, it's just not my cup of tea. However, it's on so much these days, I can't help but stumble across it once in a great while. Anyway, the other night, I noticed you were shooting animals with a tranquilizer rifle, and I was disappointed by your apparent glee. I must admit, though, you're a pretty good shot. Tell me, did you just get lucky, or do you have lots of experience shooting God's creatures? Warm regards, Wayne P." Thank you, Wayne. No, I don't have a lot of experience hunting. Nothing against it. It's just not my particular cup of tea. However, I do like guns.
About an hour southwest of Dallas, Texas, you'll find a little slice of heaven. If you like guns and ammo, that is. And target practice. And rules. Lots of rules.
And this is Cash. What's your last name?
Cash Wiley.
Cash Wiley's got a gun range. He's got a gun shop. He's got a fabulous piece of property here in, where are we?
Just outside of Wills Point, Texas, between here and Canton.
All right. Sound in the background is a bunch of bloodhounds. You also have bloodhounds here that you can use to track down what you call your escaped convicts, miscreants, malcontents, that kind of thing.
Yes, as well as missing children that wander away from home, people with Alzheimer's, anything that needs to be found.
Well, that sounds great.
Our official job that day was to shoot one of these rare paired Davids with a tranquilizer gun so we could move him to another animal sanctuary. But we didn't get to that job until later in the day because, well, when I saw Cash Wiley's beautiful little target range, it just looked so sad and lonely, like it needed a friend.
And since you've obviously got some guns here, and since we're in Texas, I thought it might be fun to get a quick tutorial on what to do and what not to do and all of that stuff. What have you brought out for us?
I've got some 22s from 357. Is wide open right now. You can check the chamber. Anytime you pick up a firearm, you check your chamber. Make sure it's clear, that it's not loaded.
Yep.
Clip snaps in. Now, when you do want to chamber this weapon, you simply pull this back and let it go forward. Now, that weapon's chambered right now and ready to fire. All right.
So this is what?
You've got, I believe there's 9 in that clip.
Uh-huh.
Chamber 1, you're ready to rock and roll. You're doing great. You want a grouping.
Like darts.
And if you want to check your target, you can see where you shot at. Like that was pretty good, actually. Just had one out of the area right here, but everything else is right there. That could have been my shot. I bet it was. Probably so. You ready to step up and do something a little bigger?
Let's do that.
All right. 357 SIG. This is going to have a little bit more recoil to it.
That's a shorter barrel, so it's probably not as accurate.
25, 30 yards, you ought to be right on. Okay, try not to let the gun come up. Try to put a little into it a little bit where you keep it down and do like a 2-round burst. Let's check, see how you did.
That was terrible.
You still?
I was just trying to bring him down to this leg shot, but he kept coming.
Just wound him.
So I gotta get
Wound him, you
serious
don't want
up
to kill
here.
him. Yeah. This is a Colt Python, extremely accurate. Right now we have 357 bullets in it.
Dirty Harry might have had a bigger gun, but Dirty Jobs has a bigger, badder villain, and I'm taking him down.
Great choice of targets, by the way.
Who are we shooting at there?
That's Micro.
Okay, check your chamber real quick. We had 5 shots, you hit 5 times. I think you killed yourself there.
I was dead when I showed up.
Yeah. Sniper rifle, military, police, what you carry in your trunk when you have major problems.
And a major trunk.
Good shot. Good grouping.
On the one hand, much of the mystique around guns seems to be about bigger, faster, and longer.
Nice.
On the other hand, there's the romance and showmanship of the good old 6-gun,
Okay, easy first.
but possibly the ultimate test of cowboy machismo is the modern-day equivalent of the High Noon Showdown, the 6-gun shoot-off.
5 inches from the bullseye.
Roger.
All right, at 100 yards with a pistol shooting, you've got 3 on paper.
Yeah?
3 on paper. Pretty
You're not
darn
embarrassed?
good. You're probably gonna outshoot me.
Right.
Oh.
In the dirt. Number 8. So you got one outside the 7. And you got one in the 8.
Like I say, 100 yards pistol. You know, you're not going to be extremely accurate.
You better than him, didn't you? Yeah, that's weird, dude. I don't want to say that out loud.
Here in Texas, one of the unwritten laws of the Old West is when a city slicker outshoots a cowboy, you just tip your hat and quietly walk away.
Truth is, there are a lot of things on this show that happen that we don't have the opportunity to show you, and that's too bad. But as it turns out, on that particular day, Cash Wiley was not only an expert with firearms, he was proficient with some fairly unorthodox engineering techniques. A couple of his trucks got stuck back in the mud when we were hunting for those deer, those paired Davids, you know, and Cash's ability to get the trucks unstuck and still forge a bond of communication and trust with his workers, unparalleled. I'm going to miss him. Oh, man, he's going to be stuck.
I figured I told you that a while ago when they pulled in.
Looks stuck.
Don't sink it any further. Let me get a tractor back here.
Well, I'm no expert, but yeah, that's stuck.
We need some chain. Back corner over there.
Found the axle?
It was apparent that Cash and his boys were good at finding unique ways of problem solving.
Actually, I think this will work.
I mean, who would have thought that pulling a 2-ton pickup loaded with a trailer and a 1,000-pound Pear David could be accomplished with a tiny chain wrapped around an axle?
All right, you ready? Tim, put it in four-wheel drive. Go ahead and go. All right, easy, Tim. Don't. Oh, Tim, do not give any more gas. Stop the tractor, bring it back, get another bite right over here. Whoa, do not bury the tractor.
Yeah, I see it going wrong in a lot of different ways, potentially.
Well, you're on a hill and it's wet, I'm just telling you. I've been around here a little while.
Well, if you've just joined us, we got an exotic deer, a Pear David, in the trailer. Trailer's stuck in the mud. Tractor's trying to pull the trailer out. Now that, you all right? That hit your leg, man.
You all right, Chet? Did it hit you?
Yeah, it hit him in the leg.
Who hooked that up underneath?
Oh, I think the chain must have broke. There must be some sort of... Yeah, see, there's your problem. Not who hooked it up. It's chain's only as strong as its weakest link, right?
That's true.
Can you?
Correct.
Anybody see a weak link?
Take the tractor. Once you break the topsoil in this ground, it sinks. Bring the tractor around. We're going to unhook this trailer from it and bring the trailer out. Then we'll try the truck. Right, Dad?
A lot of shows would have ended by now. I was just getting started. Everything was going a little too smoothly. Don't you think, Troy? A little too smoothly. Don't you think? Don't you think, Ira? Don't you think, Dave?
So much for not disturbing the animal.
A little too smoothly.
Let's go up slowly.
You reckon that wheel's going to stay right on that plank?
Low gear. Slow. Hurry. Don't spin, but come on. This way, right here. All right, get the tractor out of here. We're just going to hook it to the Kubota. Come on back. Left. That'll do. Come on, hold. All right, you're clear. Hey, right there.
Huh.
What do you think?
Well, I was about to say the buck stopped here, but apparently it didn't.
Yeah, the truck's still not.
Truck stop there.
I can work on getting the truck unstuck.
Might be simpler just to leave the truck there. It's kind of a monument to all other trucks who might want to come in here.
That's fine with me. Leave that truck on the ranch since the truck doesn't belong to me.
Oh, yeah. Well, good enough.
Coming up, I play matchmaker for a couple of lonely date palms.
Why do the dates need help hooking up?
But as romance blossoms, things get a little dirty.
We're going to be rising up into the leafy, forbidden parts of the female tree.
This is the area that we're going to be attempting to go to.
And later, I find that when you have style and rhythm, the job, well, it's still hard.
Sometimes it just gets personal, Yanni. I think it's fair to say that I've had a lot of dates over the years. I don't want to brag, but what can I tell you? I like variety. Now, it's true, not all of my dates have been equally satisfying. Some of them taste funny. Others didn't go down as easily as I would have liked. Now, on the positive side, there have been evenings where I've had literally a dozen dates, one after the next. Unforgettable. Of course, I'm careful with my dates, so after all these years and all these dates, I can tell you with a straight face that I have never fertilized one. As far as I know.
Maybe you've heard of the Bunny Ranch in Nevada. Well, here at the Seaview Ranch in Coachella, California, there's almost as much action going on. There's chicks all over the place, and back rooms where you're welcomed in only to be stripped and spanked and displayed bare naked. And out back, there's a whole bunch of well-endowed males and females just hanging around waiting to make,
Well, that's a handful of dates right there, and the hand in question belongs to Dennis. And Dennis, you're the man here at Seaview Ranch.
Seaview Ranch, that's correct.
And describe the place to me. You know, if I were looking down at it from above, is it bigger than it looks from here?
Well, it's 40 acres of medjool dates. It's a nice looking grove.
Big dates, little dates?
We got big dates, little dates, mostly the female dates, the ones that we're going to produce these.
I see. So, I mean, really, the action here today is the deliberate fertilization process.
That's correct.
Of dates.
We'll be pollinating.
Why do the dates need help hooking up?
The males got to have some pollen, and the females got to receive the pollen.
But dates have been around for time immemorial. But how do they pollinate when we're not in there helping them?
They used to have bees years ago.
Is there a bee shortage in this part of the country?
No, there's not a bee shortage. We have too many dates that need to be pollinated.
And I'm assuming because there's a ladder in that tree, that's going to be one of our guys?
No.
Why is the ladder in the tree?
Ladder was put in there because at one time our ladders only went that high. The trees kept growing.
How do we get up into the...
We've got a nice forklift and a canasta on the end of it.
A canasta?
Canasta, that's correct.
What will we do then?
We'll remove a pod of the male pod that has all the pollen in it.
What's the male pod look like?
Oh, it's anywhere from 3 to 4 foot long, 5 foot long. Inside are the pollen from the stems.
Is the pod analogous to like the what is it, the stamen in a flower?
I believe it is.
Okay, so that is a male tree.
That's correct.
And what is a female tree?
They're very similar, with one exception. They don't produce pollen. They have the flowers.
This is one of the fronds? That's razor sharp, isn't it?
It is. It'll go through the tire of your car.
Seriously?
The sole of your shoe, or the flesh of your hand.
Pollinating dates, dangerous job?
It is.
What are the big hazards aside from falling and being impaled?
Well, falling is one of them, but usually it's the palm fronds that attack most people when they're not looking.
So an unanticipated prick can ruin an otherwise,
Beautiful day.
Date.
Beautiful date.
I don't know what to say. This is a moist date.
This is our majestic date.
And who will I be? Will I be working with you?
You get to work with one of our palmeros.
Why don't we bring in the canasta and the palmero, whose name was Jesus? Bring in the canasta. What's he holding?
He's got a machete.
He looks he looks like he means business. Howdy. What a fascinating machine. Come on in here, Dennis. It's hollow in the middle, so it goes around the tree?
It will go around the tree. We can open it up right now if you'd like. Here we go.
Jesus, Mike.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
Oh,
So, we're going to take this canasta. We're going to put it around that tree.
That's correct.
And this will raise up, and then we will begin to work. Now, obviously, Jesus has been a palmero now for...
He's been working for us for almost 30 years now.
30 years. Ask him if he's still having fun.
Jesus, are you still having fun?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So, do you speak Spanish?
A little bit.
A little
Very
bit.
much.
And no English?
No. He understands English.
Does he?
Yes.
Do you?
Sometimes.
Okay.
When I need to understand English, I understand.
So will it be the three of us up there then?
That's correct.
All right, so we go up into the tree, we get the pollen from the boy tree, and then we pick one of these girl trees.
That's correct.
We take the pollen from the boy tree, go up in the same device, and then what do we rub it on? How do we put the pollen in the
We
girl?
have a special puffer just for you.
A fluffer?
Puffer.
Oh.
We're going to puff the pollen into the female flowers.
What's that? What does that look like? Or is that for later?
That's for later.
Okay.
The puffer.
You're teased.
No, it is.
You're
It's
teasing me on my first date.
A canasta can hold up to 5 palmeros, lifting them as high as 55 feet.
Kick it with your foot. There you go.
That's exactly the way they do. Now, don't jump over to get it.
You sure?
Yep.
I can
that's
do
how
it.
they do it.
I mean, I could actually make that. Look at that.
No.
It's so close. It's so close.
The Seaview Ranch employs up to 80 palmeros to manage the pollination and harvesting of their 10,000-plus date palm trees, which produce 95% of the commercial dates grown in the U.S. It's about 1 million pounds of dates every year.
Oh, I see one up there.
See one what?
I see one of the pods up there. It's got all the pollen in it.
Looking right at me.
Keep your eyes on these fronds. Remember how sticky they are? Yeah. Keep pushing them away. Okay, we ready to close the door? That was the second stage, I think.
Stage 2?
Yep, stage 2.
Where I crap my pants?
Coming up, I give my date palm tree a bad haircut.
Yay! You got it.
Oh, no. That's a bad date.
And my date palm tree gives me a little something to think about.
All my dates end in disaster. Sure.
You ready to grab this?
Yes. Grab what?
I'm going to go on the other side of you.
You are?
Yeah.
How we gonna
Unless
get
you want
the
to
door?
close that.
Oh, I'll close the door,
All
yeah.
right, then let me get out of the
Heck
way.
yeah.
The other side goes first, remember?
I do. How would one get to the other side?
We have to go around the other side, or the other way. We got to walk over this way.
Really? I could...
No. We don't step across.
We don't?
No. Jesus, wait. Can you do me a favor and close the door on the other side? Oh. Okay. Okay, now we can walk all the way around the tree.
All right.
We need to go find that pollen now. It's up above us about 10 feet.
So, this can go up higher still, or do you use the ladder at this point?
We need to go a little bit higher.
Okay.
No, we will not use that ladder.
No.
But Miguel, arriba, por favor.
To reach the pods at the top of the tree, the canasta has to stop in stages, so palm fronds can be cut away.
Jesus is going to have us come onto the other side, because that's where we've got some good-looking pollen
That's where the
pods
action
over
is.
there. We're going to do some action over on the other side. So he's chopping right now.
Hold on, let me tie off so I can be somewhat safe.
Jeez.
I'll do it. Okay.
All right.
All right. This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Poquito más para adentro. A little bit more. A little bit further up. Or down.
Down? Here. Like this?
Dave.
This sort of.
Whoa. Whoa. Good job. Whoa. Almost one swift.
Almost one. I'm trying to do this and at the same time not cleave Troy's head in half.
I can't get around. Whoa. Whoa. Good Lord. Oh, I see the big pollen.
Is that a big pollen?
Yeah, this one right here. This is one of the pods. They've already been up here. They've tied it. They kept it from opening because we want to save that pollen.
Oh, that's a good idea.
This is what we're looking
This
for.
is a boy. Very impressive.
Keep looking up, guys, because there's stuff coming down all around
Right.
us. Yes, I can see where these are. Oh, excellent. All right, that's what we want.
So we have to take this down. So we just use the machete, or
That's correct.
oh, we use this little mini machete.
Mini machete.
Does this have an official name or something?
Cuchillo.
Cuchillo? Wouldn't that be ironic to take my eye out as I was putting on my safety glasses? It's like the Darwin Awards. Oh, I'll put my safety glasses on it. And there it is. That's how it ends. Stupid. All right, so where do you cut it? Right in this area?
Well, wait a minute. Why don't we have him do one?
That's a good idea.
We got three other ones.
Yeah, I'll just start
Okay.
swinging away at stuff.
Okay, Jesus,
Pollen
you ready?
flying, a little premature pollination.
Okay, hold on to it, Mike.
Oh, yes.
The bottom part.
Hold on,
Put your
safety.
glasses on. Hold on.
Trying.
Okay, looks like he scores the side of it.
It does look like that.
And then inside, notice there's something inside it. I don't know if you can see it or not. Probably not. There it goes. And that's it.
Well, let's have a look. Yes, well, it looks like a lot of a white, fleshy meat there.
And that's the bunch arm that holds all the male
Oh,
pollen.
there's
Wow.
pollen. Holy smokes, look at that.
Did you find it?
Well, I'm looking at something that looks
opened, I see, yeah.
right. They get plump, and then they eventually split, and then the bees can come in and do what bees do.
The bees and the wind, everything blows it around, and it goes all different directions, and not necessarily on the female trees.
Yeah, and that kind of chaos is no way to run a going concern. You know, I mean, you need to, you want this to happen on purpose. And so that's why we're up here, obviously. I'll just keep saying some very obvious things until somebody shuts me up.
Mike, shut up.
Thank you, Dave. Okay, then. Do we do anything else with it?
No, we're just going to set this. We're going to take this back into the drying area.
I'm going to hand that to you.
Where we'll go ahead and...
Dry it?
Dry it.
Mm. This just seems like a nasty thing to do on another fellow's pod. Really just doesn't seem like a good end to a first date.
We're trying to hack through the whole thing. Just keep scoring it.
I just don't understand why we don't use that big machete.
Yay! You got it.
No, I scored. There we go.
That's a mighty fine-looking pod.
Thank you. It's plump with pollen. Can I open it like the other one was a little bit?
You can if you'd like, sure. Whoa, there it is.
That's the seed. That's the stuff, the business.
That's what we're here for.
How about that one right there? He's just hanging down there. Pendulous and prime. Hello, big boy.
Harvesting the pods begins early, every March. About 18 pods per tree are harvested.
Perfect. How much does that weigh?
I don't know, 15 pounds or so? Maybe 8. Oh, I scored. Yes.
Thank you, Michael.
I think we got 2 more.
Uh-oh. He's telling me it's going to hit you in the head when you do get it cut off.
I hear that all the time. Ever been hit in the head by a giant date palm weenie?
There.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Hit you in the head, didn't it?
Well, actually, it was all part of the plan, Dennis. There we go. Here you go, Jesus.
It's a nice one.
I see one more tied up here.
Excellent.
A pile of seed. Let's go find the girl. This tree appears to be shedding its skin in a fairly dramatic fashion. Oh, no. That's a bad date. Well, my dates end in disaster.
We'll get wiggly right now.
A little bit. All right, so we got all the boy stuff. When we come back, we're gonna climb up a girl and rub the stuff around. See what happens.
But first, we do some stuff with the stuff in the room.
Does the room have an official name?
Pollination.
Pollination room.
Lots of action at the Hotel Hay Fever.
It's too bad. It's like a petting zoo. You got roosters, you got chickens, you got a dog. You got stuff going on here. We're going in here?
We're going to go inside here. This is a depollination room.
Depollination room. You go first?
Yeah, we'll go in first. We'll come
Push all
on.
these in?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is... If you're allergic to pollen, we're in a bad place.
Very bad place. Lots of pollen going on.
All right. And does the room have an official name?
Pollination room.
Pollination room. All right. And what's this called?
This is a sieve that's going to catch all the pollen, catch the flowers.
These are the flowers.
And those are the flowers, the pollen's...
And this is the pollen all over
That's
me.
the pollen all over you and me and everyone else.
Great. How does it work? Go ahead, Jesus.
Show us what you're going to do. There you go.
Husk. Where's this go?
That's right on the ground.
And I'll place this here.
Perfect. That's good? All right, now we're going to put a little hook in the side of it so we can hang this, because it'll hang for about 7 days before we actually get most of the pollen out. This was just some of the pollen that was ready to come out right now.
These have been hanging in here now for how long?
These have been in here for about 3 days, 4 days.
The longer they hang, the drier they get, and the drier they get,
The more pollen they'll come out.
the more pollen comes off. So when they come out fresh, you give them a shake, you get what you get.
Mm-hmm.
Then you hang it, and then you keep going.
Then you keep going.
And this is all pollen in here.
There's lots of pollen. Do you want to look underneath it?
Sure.
Just kind of, there it is.
Pure
Put your
pollen.
finger through there and see how soft that is. What does it feel like?
Kind of like flour, but even finer than that. It's almost like what's it called?
Talcum
Gypsum, talcum, yeah, something like that. Wow. All right, so bees love that. I don't. So we go through our pods.
Yeah, let's
Open
go
and
ahead
shake.
Open up a couple pods. That sounds like a good idea.
Don't let the pace we're moving at fool you. During the pollination season, palmettos can remove pollen from 250 to 280 pods per day, making my efforts look like slow motion.
You might want to use that knife again.
I will. Something like that.
A little bit harder. More down here, down towards the bottom.
So you don't want to shake them so hard that the flowers come off, right?
No. The flowers will open by themselves in about 4 or 5 days. In a week, they'll be pretty well dry.
Mm-hmm.
Is it done? It's done.
You sure I'm done, Jesus? But okay, I'll be done. All right, now this gets hung. I got to put in a notch.
You got to cut it where? About in here?
Like that.
Yep, similar. There you go.
Yeah? It's too bad.
Poquito acá.
More angle.
Mm-hmm. Not much pollen yet. Keep turning it around. You're doing good. Okay.
Yeah?
We got to put a notch in it now. I think you're getting a lot better now. Perfect.
Okay.
Much better notch.
Big, manly pod.
Beautiful.
Oh, look at all that manliness.
Excellent. There you go.
Okay. All right, so now...
Cut the pollen with the flower.
And now what do?
Then we get to do the fun part.
We go up in a tree
That's correct.
with the pollen, and then we rub it on the something.
We rub it on something.
Good.
That should work.
Let's do that.
So we've got our pollen now.
And the pollen gets cut with the flower,
That's correct.
and the flower and the pollen cutting happens in this tin shed.
This is our workspace. Come on in.
All right. Oh, just lay it out or dump it?
You can open it up just like it is. That's correct.
Okay. So that's the stuff.
That's the stuff. Now we've got to mix the stuff. We're using flour.
Oh, flour.
Flour.
I thought you said we cut it with the flour. I was thinking there was a flower, like a growing flower.
He's going to have you sift it through here on
Yes.
the top of that.
Right?
Here. You want it over here.
Well, you had a 50-50 shot there, Dennis.
Two of those to one bag of this.
2 to 1.
And we found that this particular combination seemed to work well. And we're trying to thin out the amount of pollen that we have. We can save on the pollen. We don't need it that
You
concentrated.
don't need it. That's too...
Don't need it too strong.
Too strong. Too much fertilization. You'd wind up with quadruplets. That octomom thing going on.
All right.
Okay.
He's the master.
Two of those.
Do one at a time, I think. There you go. Okay. Oh, lower.
Lower, much lower. Why would I go so high like that? Oh, it comes through so much faster because it's so much finer.
Good pollen. We're going to have fun with this in a little while.
Why wait? Having fun now. How many date trees can we pollinate with the batch we're making?
I would guess we could probably do around 100. Quite a mountain going there.
Mount Pollen.
This way.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
So now what?
Now we're going to go ahead and put this in a bucket. We're going to head out into the fields, and we'll go ahead and pollinate the females.
Great.
A good date palm can produce 300 to 600 pounds of dates per year and will bear fruit for 100 years or more. The tree will grow continuously and can exceed 100 feet. But commercial growers usually keep trees around half that height so they can reach the fruit that grows at the top.
Okay, so here we are again, back in the canasta,
We're in the canasta.
and we're going to be rising up into the leafy, forbidden parts of the female tree.
This is the area that we're going to be attempting to go to.
These are pluffers?
Puffers.
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 Pompa. My pompa.
Pumpa.
A pumpa?
A pumpa.
A pumpa.
Puffer.
Puffer. And inside of the bucket, we've got the stuff that we've mixed. We're going to put this inside of this.
We're going to put the pollen inside the puffers.
Is it already in there?
No, not yet.
Let's load these up here. Make it simpler when we're up there.
Sure.
I've also got bags and strings attached to me. For what purpose?
We're going to put the bags over the top so that as they get a little bit older, the flowers will come out.
Mm-hmm.
And the pollen will stay there once it's been pollinated and the bag's placed over. It doesn't blow away from the wind.
Gotcha. There you go.
You got plenty, huh? Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Ooh, there's a professional.
Oh, man. He's been puffing for years. Can you puff it? So,
2 hands?
Hey, you know what? Sometimes, but I'm going to squirt. I'm going to puff.
That's correct.
On a
The female flowers that haven't quite made it out yet.
right, and I'm going
And
to
then
cover
we're going
them
to put
with
the
a
bag over the top of them. That's correct.
Why are we going to bag them?
Because we want the pollen to stay around them so that when the flowers do open in another 4 or 5 days, the pollen will be there
And then we'll tie the bag.
around the female flowers.
The whole thing just becomes misogynistic. All right, then.
Okay.
Like the male pods, the female flowers are on the very top of the trees, requiring the palmeros to once again chop their way through the fronds.
Ah, she's a good-looking date. Leggy. Well, it's just the one leg.
Because the pods yield so much pollen, for every male in this grove, there are 50 females looking for love.
Time to close the gates. All right, so it's wrong to step over there?
Yeah, it is wrong to step over here.
Ask a
You're
simple question.
55 feet in the air.
All right.
I don't know.
Now, see what
Oh,
happens?
I
See
told
what
you.
happens? Again. Dennis. There
You
we
know,
go.
I asked him once. Put your little safety hatch over.
Magic word.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Más arriba, Mike.
I don't understand why we don't have a machete. It sure seems like you come in super handy this time.
Oh! Okay. Alto.
Huh.
Okay, now this is the fun part.
So, up there, that's the female stuff.
Those are the flowers.
Well, unless somebody's arms are like twice as long as I think they are, we're climbing the tree.
Pretty much.
I think maybe Jesus...
Maybe Jesus should demonstrate.
Yes.
That would probably be a good idea. Come on, Jesus. Give us an idea. What are we doing here? Jesus, do you want to hook on? One of these fronds. Very strong.
I sure hope so. It's just my luck to stand on a rotten one. Okay, I'm watching you. Starts by cutting the flower, exposing. That's the frond that we call
Those
it?
are the flowers. That's
The
a bunch of
flowers.
flowers. Those are the female flowers that are going to produce the dates. Jesus just cut the center out of that
Why do you do that?
to allow for better aeration when it grows, when the dates get larger. And now he's going to tie them with the string. And once they're tied, he'll go ahead and puff them. Now, since these are big, I don't think he'll put the bag on these. So he's cutting off all the bad ones on the bottom, because when it gets bigger and they grow, those will be poor dates. The quality of those dates on the very bottom will not be very good. And now
He's doing it.
pollinating. So this is the actual exciting part.
That's happening. You can almost imagine on a microbial level.
All right, it's done.
That's it.
That's it.
You don't need this string.
Nope.
Okay.
Are you ready to do them?
I'll try this one right here.
You want to do that one up here?
Yeah.
Can you? There you go. There you go. That's your safety harness. You all right?
I'm good. Good.
You're good.
Goodish.
Those are your steps. There you go.
I think I can work right here on this one anyway.
All right. Very good.
Yeah,
There you go. Take a look on the inside of there, and you'll see the very central part of it.
Yep.
You found it?
I do.
Go ahead and cut it out.
The whole thing?
Just the center part. Watch your fingers.
I'm watching them. Seems like a big part of the plant, you know?
Once it's pollinated, the dates will grow on each one of those strands.
And the center would just make, what, too heavy?
It'd be too big, too heavy, won't allow for air to circulate, and we're going to thin a lot of the strands, the dates on each one of them anyways.
Okay.
Perfect. That gets thrown onto the ground.
You got them all together.
Yep.
You put a string around it. Wrap them in some kind of crazy string. That's
That's a fine job. Just cut off bottom 3 or 4 inches here.
like that.
Uh-huh.
I see a lot of fingers coming off here. A lot of fingers.
Are you ready to do the deed? You got her prepped now.
I got it prepped. About as ready as... Stay right there. That looks safe. All right.
There you go. Be manly about it.
I'm trying. Just take it. There you go. Look at that.
There you go. Well,
Zam. All right, so now we want to put a bag over her head?
no, he doesn't want a bag on the head. We're
No
going to
bag.
bag the other one right next to it.
I was
right
excited.
next to your
I
hand.
was excited for the bag.
Awfully close to your safety line.
Sure is, Dennis. Super close there. All right.
Okay, can we find the center of that one?
Yes, we
Or is
can.
it too far down in there?
No, it's not.
Haircut.
The time?
I think you want to tie it first.
You tie them up before you squirt the stuff on them?
Yep.
Okay. Pollinate? All right. Okay. Oh, no chips. Now a bag.
There you go. That's beautiful.
Thanks.
Remember how to tie it?
It's all coming back to me. Don't tell me.
All right.
You'll never learn if you tell me.
Perfect.
Okay. Oh, it's so nice to be able to sit down somewhere.
There you go. Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
We get a chance to look straight down.
Thanks, Dennis. Extraordinarily helpful. Crap. Every single thing is sharp. Uh-oh.
Once a flower is pollinated, it takes 6 to 7 months for a date to grow to maturity and be ready for harvesting in September.
My right foot is completely asleep.
In the course of a typical date palm season, about 60,000 of these flower bunches are pollinated and bagged.
This is some job. Oh, yeah, I'm a pollinating fool.
I was going to say a little more gentle, man.
Gentle schmental. I'm not up here to propose marriage, you know what I mean? Dennis, I believe I'm nearly out of seed. I do believe we got them all. Just say yes.
We got them all.
There you go. Good answer. Hey, Zeus, how you doing? Everything good? I'm going to come back in 6 or 7 months and see if it has my eyes. Thank you very much.
All right, Mike. Thank you so
Absolute
much.
pleasure, Dennis.
Okay,
Thank you, Jesus. All right, give him the magic word to get us down.
Coming up, buckle up, ladies, because when I cut granite, I also cut a very stylish figure in the stone factory.
My pants are falling down. Got this in the mail just the other day from an adoring fan, someone named Patricia O'Brien, who writes sweetly, "Dear Mike, after watching Dirty Jobs now for several years, it has become apparent to me that you are not an expert at anything. Consequently, you often seem frustrated on your program." Hey, Pat.
Yeah, Mike.
Are you sure this is a job? Impatient. No. Put it back. I'm going to do it. That's a huge pain in the ass. And sometimes, dare I say, downright disgusted with your own level of seemingly bottomless incompetence. Oh, for crying out loud. What makes you the most frustrated? Believe it or not, it's not the fact that I don't know how to do a particular job. It's not the fact that I don't know how to operate a particular tool or drive a particular machine. It's the little things. In this case, an apron. So this programmed tool is going
On paper, the job was to cut this slab of granite with this laser-guided circular saw.
Never look directly in a laser. That's bad.
In reality, the big job came before we even did the job.
Wanna wear the,
Oh yeah. Any chance to put on an apron, I'm there. It's a $70,000 saw. How much you pay for this apron? Because it ain't coming together for me. Hold on. I got problems with my apron. Oh, the saw's coming right at my head there. You see what I mean, Patricia? I've been there for over an hour trying to do a job that I'm untrained to do, but continually bedeviled by my apron. You got smaller buckets?
And when I wasn't bedeviled by my apron, I was bedeviled by a little plastic bucket.
How are we going to do this?
let's try this way.
All right. My pants are falling down. Oh, yeah, that looks great. Just be awesome if we could get these apart.
Use both.
Sometimes it just gets personal, Yanni. I want to be able to say I got these buckets apart. And I no longer care what it takes. Uh-huh. Yeah. I want the buckets apart. All right. It's the little things. Small victories.
And it's those little things that make me rank this job at the bottom of my bucket list.
They say that making TV is a lot like making Scrapple. Neither one is easy to enjoy until the process is over. But the process here doesn't begin until you go to discovery.com/dirtyjobs and send me on my next delicious adventure. That's discovery.com/dirtyjobs. Do it now, and I'll show you the secret ingredient of Scrapple.
Hey, if you're over there,
This is footage that we might actually use. So to the extent that you're able, stop shaking and see if you can find that focus button.
all right, Amber, what are you doing?
That's it. I've always been cautious, so I've never fertilized any of them. As far as I know. This is comedy gold. Yes. Oh, took one on the head. Dum-bum. While. Anyway, the other night, I noticed you were shooting animals with a tranquilizer rifle, and I was disappointed by your apparent glee. I must admit, though, you're a pretty good shot. Tell me, did you just get lucky, or do you have lots of experience shooting God's creatures? Warm regards, Wayne P. Thank you, Wayne. No, I don't have a lot of experience hunting. Nothing against it. It's just not my particular cup of tea. However, I do like guns.
About an hour southwest of Dallas, Texas, you'll find a little slice of heaven. If you like guns and ammo, that is. And target practice. And rules. Lots of rules.
And this is Cash, what's your last name?
Cash Wiley.
Cash Wiley's got a gun range, he's got a gun shop, he's got a fabulous piece of property here in, where are we?
Just outside of Wills Point, Texas, between here and Canton.
All right.
Sit back and let it go forward. Now that weapon's chambered right now and ready to fire. All right.
So this is what?
You've got, I believe there's 9 in that clip.
Uh-huh.
Chamber 1. You're ready to rock and roll. You're doing great. You want a grouping.
Like darts.
And if you want to check your target, you can see where you shot at. Like that was pretty good, actually. Just had one out of the area right here, but everything else is right there. That could have been my shot. I bet it was. Probably so. You ready to step up and do something a little bigger?
Let's do that.
All right. 357 SIG. This is going to have a little bit more recoil to it.
Uh-huh. That's a shorter barrel, so it's probably not as accurate.
25, 30 yards, you ought to be right on. Okay, try not to let the gun come up. Try to put a little into it a little bit where you keep it down and do like a 2-round burst.
My version of the dating game,
We got big dates, little dates, mostly the female dates.
where I help a couple of amorous date palms make whoopee.
Oh, yeah, I'm a pollinating fool.
Later, a crazy little job that ranks right at the bottom of my bucket list.
Oh, God. In my spare time, I like to hang out in some of America's finest B&Bs, baking pies and reading fan mail from adoring and dedicated viewers. This one arrived mere hours ago. It says, "Dear Mike, I have never once watched your show on purpose. Not once. No offense, it's just not my cup of tea. However, it's on so much these days, I can't help but stumble across it once integrate. Down in the background is a bunch of bloodhounds. You also have bloodhounds here that you can use to track down what you call your escaped convicts, miscreants, malcontents, that kind of thing.
Yes, as well as missing children that wander away from home, people with Alzheimer's, anything that needs to be found.
Well, that sounds great.
Our official job that day was to shoot one of these rare paired Davids with a tranquilizer gun so we could move him to another animal sanctuary. But we didn't get to that job until later in the day because, well, when I saw Cash Wiley's beautiful little target range, it just looked so sad and lonely, like it needed a friend.
And since you've obviously got some guns here, and since we're in Texas, I thought it might be fun to get a quick tutorial on what to do and what not to do and all of that stuff. What have you brought out for us?
I've got some 22s from 357 is wide open right now. You can check the chamber. Anytime you pick up a firearm, you check your chamber. Make sure it's clear, that it's not loaded.
Yep.
Clip snaps in. Now, when you do want to chamber this weapon, you simply pull this.
My name's Mike Rowe, and this is my job. Yeah. I explore the country looking for people who aren't afraid to get dirty.
If we don't do this right, the candy won't taste as bad as it could. Tell me you're not proud of that. Oh, geez.
Hard-working men and women who earn an honest living.
You like this too much.
I'm a child.
Doing the kinds of jobs that make civilized life possible for the rest of us.
Man, this could go wrong in like 100 different ways, couldn't it?
It could, very quickly.
Now get ready. Ooh, to get dirty.
Coming up on Dirty Jobs. Never before seen footage of me taking aim at the job of sharpshooting.
I think you killed yourself there.
I was dead when I showed up.
And later,
And I could actually make that. Look at that.